Hi guys, for those of you that are new to following me, then welcome. For those of you that already follow me on Instagram and have followed me over onto YouTube, welcome back. This is a very special full moon in Aquarius reading. So please note that the energies are interchangeable. They are not gender specific. Please take what resonates and discard the rest. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can email me at moonbutterflytarot@gmail.com. Alternatively, you can direct message me on Instagram and you can find a list of the services that I offer underneath the highlights section of my page. So whilst I am not an astrologist, I do understand the significance of astrology and also numerology in explaining our thoughts, our patterns of behaviors, and our emotions. So this reading will be divided into two halves. The first half is going to be focusing on some of the significant astrological aspects surrounding this full moon in Aquarius. And then the second half of this reading will be where I actually pull cards. I'll be using the Moonology and also the Miss Cleo deck in order to gain even deeper knowledge on what we can expect from this full moon in Aquarius. So the full moon in Aquarius is today, August the 3rd, 2020. If you are from the UK, it will appear at 4:59 GMT. 11:59 Eastern Standard Time and 8:59 Pacific Standard Time. Now, what's really important about this full moons are a time for releasing. It's about letting go. And Aquarius is the air element. So when we're looking at Aquarius, Aquarius is governed by the planet Uranus, which is responsible for ideas, innovation, revolution, freedom, humanitarianism, and significant change. So this full moon for me marks a paradigm shift. It's a departure from the old in order to move into the new. So we're going to be focusing very heavily on moving towards that which we want. And we're also going to be forced to confront old fears and old emotions and things of the past that we need to heal and develop from in order to move in this new timeline. Now, what's really important is that one of the aspects I want to talk about is the moon squaring Uranus. So the moon represents the divine feminine energy. It represents the hidden, the unseen, the subconscious. The moon is actually the ruler of Cancer, and it deals with emotions, our hidden emotions. And Uranus, as I said, is the planet that sort of deals with innovation and change, significant change, and it is the ruler of the 11th house. So it deals with our hopes and our dreams. So with this particular aspect, it's forcing us to face our fears with regards to significant changes to allow us to pursue our destiny. So from this particular aspect, we are gaining more freedom. Now, what's really interesting about this full moon is the moon is entering Aquarius at exactly 11 degrees. 11 in numerology is a master number. So it's talking about our higher selves, our higher spiritual knowledge. And it's urging for us to not only connect to our higher consciousness, but also to connect to that divine feminine energy, which is represented by the moon. And this for me symbolizes heightened or accelerated spiritual ability. So for some of you that already have spiritual gifts, you may see that with this particular aspect, you may feel an enhancement of your higher consciousness. And with this, it also brings new changes, new ideas, allowing us to move towards having more freedom. And I would also say to a certain extent, more autonomy, because we're going to be governed by the things that we desire as opposed to the things that we do not desire. So we're moving towards what we want rather than what we do not want. So this represents not only on an individual level, but also a collective level of shedding the old in order to embrace the new. Now, what's really interesting is the sun is currently in the sign of Leo. So the sun is actually the ruler of Leo. So this is an absolutely perfect positioning. And it's exactly stationed at 11 degrees again. So notice we've got the repetition of the 11 from the moon entering Aquarius, but we've also got the repetition of the 11 from where the sun is positioned in the sign of Leo. Now, the sun represents the divine masculine energy, and it talks about our identity and our goals because it's the ruler of the first house. So we're being forced with this particular aspect to take action towards that which we desire. So we are focusing on the things that we want, the things, our hopes, our dreams that really give us that amount of inspiration and passion. From this particular aspect, we're seeing the activation of the 1111 portal. Now, this particular portal that is going to be experienced on this full moon is one that represents more balance, more alignment, more harmony, and more equality coming in. And this also represents, with the 1111, it represents an awakening of our higher consciousness. So this is going to be felt on an individual as well as a collective level. And this particular portal is forcing us to be more open to new ideas and to changes. So we're being forced to be open to new ideas and changes. And this particular aspect is one that is going to allow people to discover more esoteric or more occult practices. So it may even be things like tarot. It may be things like astrology or Reiki that we're going to find ourselves moving towards in order to seek deeper knowledge and deeper understanding on what's happening. I also feel that with this particular aspect, it's another nod to us connecting more to the divine feminine energy in order to have more balance. Another important aspect that I do want to discuss is the moon and the sun that form a T-square. Now, the moon represents our hidden or repressed emotions. The sun represents our dreams and our desires and also ourself. So this particular aspect represents a conflict between how we feel and what we want. And therefore, we're being challenged to move towards that which we desire in order to feel the greatest amount of happiness and joy and also harmony. With the sun and the moon also forming this T-square, it's again about the balance of the light and the dark, the balance of the feminine and the masculine. So this is really beautiful energy. We also have the sun, which squares Uranus. Now, squares in astrology represents challenges. And the sun squaring Uranus is about us being forced to take action towards moving in a new direction. So no longer doing the things that we have done, moving in a direction towards what it is that we want, moving in a direction towards innovation and change, significant innovation and change, and being confident in taking a new direction, being confident in essentially taking a leap of faith. The other aspect that's really significant with this full moon is the sun trining with Chiron. Now, Chiron is known as the wounded healer, and the sun flowing with Chiron is basically forcing all of us to look towards healing old wounds. So any kind of emotions that we have repressed, any kind of trauma that we have hidden within our psyche, with the sun providing the light, providing the illumination, and also coming with the energy of inspiration and taking action, we are being forced with this particular aspect to take action towards healing any old wounds. And this is in order to create the energy of harmony and balance within this planet, which is what this full moon is all about. The next sort of astrological aspect that's quite relevant to this Aquarius full moon is the moon sextiling Chiron. So for me, because of the fact that the moon represents what is hidden, what is unseen, what is subconscious, what essentially may be repressed, it's about us as individuals acknowledging the emotions that we need to heal from. So the sun is providing the illumination on the emotions, but the moon is telling us to acknowledge those particular emotions that we need to heal from and forcing us to take action. It's giving us that chance, that opportunity to take action towards healing. The next astrological aspect that's going to be really relevant for this Aquarius full moon is Mercury in opposition of Saturn. Now, Mercury is the ruling planet of communication. It governs communication. It represents the element of air, and it's also the natural ruler of the third house in astrology, which is about our mind, our higher mind. And what with this particular aspect, Saturn in particular is known as the planet that not only sort of governs Capricorn, but it's all about taking responsibility, taking accountability. It's about boundaries. And the focus between Mercury being in opposition of Saturn basically means that we have to take accountability and responsibility for the communication of new ideas. So we're being forced to take action and take accountability of these new ideas that we're going to be receiving throughout this Aquarius full moon. The final two aspects that I want to discuss is Mars squaring Jupiter, and Mars is the planet that governs Aries. So Mars is all about moving forward, taking action, and squares within astrology represents challenges. So Mars squaring Jupiter represents a challenge as such, but what it's actually forcing us to do is it's forcing us to take action towards what it is that we really, really desire. What is it that you truly want? What is the goal? What is the dream? What is the idea? And we're being forced with this particular aspect to move towards using the divine knowledge that we're going to be receiving over this Aquarius full moon and taking action towards making our goals a reality. Now, the final aspect that I want to talk about is Jupiter sextiling Neptune. Now, Jupiter sextiling Neptune for me represents that there is going to be a focus on esoteric or hidden knowledge. There's going to be a focus on us connecting to our spiritual sides, our subconscious side. And with Jupiter being the planet of expansion and luck, the ideas that we're going to be receiving throughout this particular aspect is going to change the direction that we're moving in, and it's going to be a particular aspect that will allow us to flow more with the creative energy in doing something new, but knowing that we're being supported in moving in a new direction because of the luck that we are given from Jupiter, which represents growth, expansion, and also abundance. So I hope that that has helped. I'm now going to be pulling some cards to see what we can expect, and I'm going to be using the Moonology deck. Okay, that feels good. What are the general energies that we can expect for this Aquarius full moon? So we have hold your vision, fixed moon. We have a new romantic cycle begins, new moon in Libra. We have, look at the bigger picture, full moon in Sagittarius. And I will pull one more. We've got new moon in Capricorn. Your hard work is paying off. This is beautiful. We're going to start in the usual way. We're going to be focusing on the bottom of the deck energy, which is emotions are running high, super moon. This particular energy is talking about the fact that we are going to be tapping into our emotions. When we look at the moon represents the hidden and the unseen, and it governs not only our connection to our higher consciousness, but also our emotions. So there is going to be a lot of heightened emotions around this Aquarius full moon. The heightened emotions are going to be around the concerns that we have in moving forward. Some of us are going to be quite reluctant and resistant towards this new direction and this new change. Because of the fact that a lot of growth is always achieved in the most uncomfortable of times. We're going to be put in a position that some of us are going to be feeling quite uncomfortable about. those of us that have already done the work are not necessarily going to be feeling this energy. But those of us that have been, I wouldn't say necessarily complacent, but failed to sort of acknowledge and address emotions before, we're going to be faced to force those emotions. And we're also going to be we're also going to be facing change and forced to facing these changes that we need to implement within our lives on an emotional sense, on a material sense, as well as on a spiritual sense. Now, hold your vision. Fixed moon is all about us focusing on that which we desire, that which we want. It's about understanding what is it that you've always wanted, and understanding that what you've always wanted, you can access, you can go towards. And this particular energy is talking about us knowing what it is that we want and making the actions towards obtaining it, and using the energy from this Aquarius full moon to gain the clarity, the knowledge, the ideas, and also the support in order to move towards the direction of the things that we want. So if we want a new job, being able to get it. If we want a new business, being able to achieve that. If we want a new house, being able to achieve that. So all of this information is available for you from this Aquarius full moon if you connect. And this particular full moon is forcing us to be able to stay present. So we're not necessarily focusing on the past or focusing specifically on the future, but this energy is about us staying present in the now, and understanding that all of the information and the ideas that are being communicated to us in the now is going to help us in order to move forward and to leave behind that which no longer serves us, because we're moving into a higher consciousness and a higher state of being. With this card, new moon in Libra, again, for me, this is all about achieving balance and achieving harmony. So for me, this is talking about the 1111 portal that's been activated, one that is going to bring in not only the masculine energy, but balancing out that masculine energy with the divine feminine energy, which is going to be coming from this moon, coming from this Aquarius full moon. And it's all about change. It's all about innovation. It's all about moving in a different direction. It's all about sort of collaboration, partnership, harmony, balance that we are needing, not only on a global scale, but also on an individual scale. For some of us, this full moon, in Aquarius may be an opportunity for us to find our divine life partners, ones that are going to be there to balance us out, to help us to develop and enhance and to support us, because 11 is also the number of the twin flame. So therefore this 1111 portal is going to be an activation code for some people, particularly those that are light workers, and ones that are here to raise the vibration and the consciousness of people on this planet. It's going to be a way in which those partnerships and alliances are going to be formed in order to bring about even more light to this world. What I'm also seeing as well from the full moon in Sagittarius, it says, look at the bigger picture. This is about us understanding what is going to be overall, what will be our most beneficial movements, what are going to be the most beneficial actions, what is it that we want, and being able to focus on not just one aspect of our life, but the whole picture. What is it that we want within our financial life? What is it that we want to achieve emotionally? What is it that we want to achieve spiritually? And being in alignment towards that. Sagittarius represents in tarot, it represents the alchemist. So it's about bringing what you want from the spiritual realm to the physical realm, and understanding that you're being supported in doing that because of the fact that Sagittarius is the zodiac sign that is ruled by the planet Jupiter, which is about growth and expansion, and also fortune and luck. Your hard work is paying off. New moon in Capricorn. So Capricorn is the element of earth, and it is ruled by the planet Saturn. So it's saying that by allowing ourselves to feel these emotions, allowing ourselves to be present in the moment, allowing ourselves to receive these ideas, allowing ourselves to make these necessary changes, and going with the flow is going to allow us to not only move towards our visions, not only being able to formulate new partnerships and achieve balance within our lives. But it's also going to mean that we are going to receive a big reward at the end of it, which is whatever it is that we desire, which is absolutely beautiful. I'm now going to pull some tarot messages, and I'm going to be using the Miss Cleo deck to do so. So why is fixed moon here? Why is fixed moon here? So we have the sun in the reverse. So some of us are going to be quite, with the sun appearing in the reverse position, some of us might be quite skeptical. Some of us may be quite reluctant or resistant to moving forward and to change. The sun represents the energy of Leo, and Leo is a fixed sign. So I feel that there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be stubborn towards moving towards what they want, because they are, I would say, conditioned to do what it is that they've always done and don't necessarily see a new opportunity to be able to do things differently. So it's about our perspective changing and not being fixed or being stubborn, but allowing ourselves to go with the flow and allow these changes to occur. Why is the sun here in the reverse? Why is the sun here in the reverse? So we have the death card. Beautiful. So for me, this represents the zodiac sign of Scorpio, which is ruled by the planet Pluto. And Pluto is the planet that is responsible for change and transformation. Essentially, this represents endings and it represents beginnings. Notice how we've got the number 13 on the card. 13 is the number of the divine feminine. And if we add 1 and 3 together, it gives us the number 4, which 4 is about stability and security. We're moving into a new time, and what we're being forced to do, whether we like it or not, is to acknowledge these changes, acknowledge these ideas, and move towards what it is that gives us the most amount of joy, happiness, prosperity, and success. And we have to allow these changes and these endings to occur in order for us to move towards a new beginning. Why is new moon in Libra here, please, Spirit? Whoa, so we have the Queen of Staves in the reverse. We've also got the 10 of Swords in the reverse. Some of us are taking a pause with the Queen of Staves, which represents the element of fire. So this is Leo, Aries, Sagittarius energy. The Queen of Staves in the upright position is all about being confident, being entrepreneurial, being very adaptable to whatever the changes are within the course of business or work or employment. The Queen of Stars in the reverse position basically means that there is a pause or a standstill. And I feel like that there's a pause or a standstill that is occurring because there is a certain level of fear that some of us may have in moving towards this new direction, in doing things in a different way. And if we resist, because I'm seeing that the 10 of Swords is also in the reverse position, and Swords represents the element of air, and it's talking about our thoughts. We need to take action towards allowing these changes to occur in order for us to elevate ourselves into a new position. This represents not only an end of a cycle in individuals' lives, but this represents the end of this particular cycle that we're going through globally as a world, as a planet. And this for me is that when we resist these changes, generally that means that there's more problems that occur as a result. So we need to be open to and allow these changes to happen in order for balance to be restored and resumed within the world and within the planet and within society as a whole. What's awaiting for us, if we allow these changes to occur and we take action towards allowing these things to manifest, is that we're actually going to be formulating, for some of us, business partnerships, for others of us, romantic partnerships, but we're definitely going to be making more changes within regards to our love and regards to our money, because Libra is ruled by the planet Venus, which governs health, beauty, love, and money. So we're going to be focusing on full moon in Sagittarius. Why is that here? Okay, so we've got, wow. So we've got the Ace of Coins. We've also got the Five of Swords, which confirms the full moon in Sagittarius. The Ace of Coins represents the opportunity. It represents a new beginning. It represents a divinely guided new beginning. The coins represent the element of earth. So we're talking about Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. We are being given a new opportunity and a new blessing by the divine to move towards that which we desire, if we choose to take it. But some of us with the Five of Swords energy are very, very much either confused or conflicted about moving forward. Some of us are being very reluctant and resistant to change, even though we know that these changes need to occur and we know that these changes are going to put us into a better position. But there is still a little bit of resistance that some of us are having with regards to this. Allow these changes to happen and allow this blessing to occur. See things from a higher perspective and understand that all of the changes that we're going to be experiencing as a result of this full moon is going to be for our greatest and our highest good. It's going to bring in more happiness, joy, balance, and harmony, and also love. This is going to be a very loving energy that we're going to be experiencing from this Aquarius full moon, because we're being forced to do the things that we love and go towards the things that we love. The next and final card that I'm going to be pulling for is the new moon in Capricorn, and it says your hard work is paying off. So for me, this Capricorn energy is about taking responsibility towards the things that we really want to do. Taking action, understanding that it is important that we do this. Understanding that the obligation that we hold is to ourselves as well as to the world. So we have the Lovers card. I'm going to pull another card. Confirm the Lovers card, please. Why is the Lovers card here, please? Whoa, so we've got the Six of Cups. For some of us, this is going to be, and I'm going to see this in two ways. Bottom of the deck energy, we've got the Six of Coins. This is about harmony and balance coming in. Six is the number of harmony or problem solving. Coins is the element of earth, represents Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. This is some sort of partnership or some sort of collaboration or some sort of assistance that is coming in that's going to be activated from this 1111 portal. For some, this represents business. For others, this represents romantic. And for me, this is also a confirmation of the Lovers card, which is also number 6. And this is about finding your divine life partner. This is about being in alignment with your divine life partner. So a soulmate for some of you, twin flame if you believe in twin flames. And Six of Cups again. So we've got the 3 sixes right here. The Six of Cups representing the element of water. So this is dealing with emotions and spirit. And the Six of Cups is talking about past life connection or past connection. So somebody from the past returning. This could be a friend. This could be platonic. But for some of you, this is going to be romantic. So for me, what I'm seeing is that by us allowing this energy to occur, allowing for these changes to be made, allowing ourselves to be present in the moment and to receive these divine downloads and to do the healing if we haven't done the healing, and to allow ourselves to move into the direction of what it is that we want, we're going to be activating this energy of partnership, and this is going to be one of equal give and take and reciprocity. So for me, this is a confirmation of a new romantic cycle beginning. And I've told you that this 1111 portal, for me, it represents those that are, particularly those that are light workers, being in alignment to meet their divine life partner, because of the fact that when a light worker meets another light worker that's supposed to be their divine life partner, it raises the consciousness and it raises the vibration and the energy on this planet. So this is absolutely beautiful. So what I'm seeing is there could be a contract or an agreement to work or to collaborate with someone within the context of business or within the context of love. I am going to pull some cards to close out this reading, and I'm going to be pulling from the Angels of Abundance. So what are the closing messages, please, Spirit? For this Aquarius full moon, for the general population, what are the closing messages? So we have donations, tithing, and charitable work. We have exercise to increase your energy and manifestation abilities. Ooh. And final card is employment change. I am going to look at the bottom of the deck energy. Bottom of the deck energy is detox your friendships. This is about being in an environment that's conducive to your highest good. Some of us are going to be very much focused on what it is that we're able to achieve. In order to achieve our highest or our greatest good, it requires us to be in environments that are going to be conducive of that and also very supportive. So this is going to be a time in which you're going to be reflecting upon those that are really truly for you and possibly making changes within your friendship groups and relationship dynamics in order to be around those that are going to push and motivate and inspire you to become the best version of yourself and to achieve the goals and dreams that you desire. What I'm seeing from donations, tithing, and charitable work is one of the energies that I may have not failed to mention is that Uranus is the planet that not only governs freedom, innovation, significant change, but it also talks about humanitarianism. There is going to be a focus for all of us on moving towards doing what is fair, what is right, and what is just. Some of us are going to be moving towards a time in which we're going to be doing more activism within our local communities, and we're going to be campaigning for more equality. What I'm seeing is because of the fact that there's this divine feminine energy, there's going to be more of a campaigning towards more equality economically, but also more equality socially. So I feel like there's going to be a focus on the way in which females are treated and the way in which children are also treated. So I definitely feel like women's rights and children's rights are going to be something that is going to be at the forefront or the focus as a result of this full moon. With this particular card, it's talking about understanding that we are able to create what we want from helping others. And it's about understanding that our position is that we are guardians or custodians of this planet. So therefore, there is a responsibility that is incumbent upon us to help others. So some of us are going to be donating to different charities and organizations. Some of us may be doing charitable work. Some of us may be doing activism work. Some of us may be campaigning, but understanding that this is important because whilst we do all of the work to make this planet a better place, that energy that we put out there is what we're going to receive as a result. And that's going to be a blessing. What I'm seeing from the exercise to increase your energy and manifestation abilities is that some of us have got quite low energy levels at the moment, and what we're being encouraged to do is to take more action towards being more active. So this represents us having to increase our physical exercise. There may be I suppose a burst of energy that we're going to be feeling that is going to help us to move past this energy of lethargy that some of us might be feeling and taking on exercise. But the way I'm seeing this exercise is we're going to be doing exercise that's more fun. So not necessarily going to the gym. If you enjoy bike riding, you might be bike riding. If you enjoy swimming, you might be doing more swimming. If you enjoy aerobics classes, maybe doing aerobics. If you enjoy dance, maybe doing dance, or maybe doing martial arts. Not necessarily doing conventional exercise like going to the gym or having a personal trainer, but doing things that are fun so that we don't necessarily feel that it's a burden or a chore, but we enjoy it. Last and final card is employment change. So for a lot of us, this full moon is going to activate changes within our career, changes within our job. But I definitely feel that we're being supported to move towards the employment changes, and we're being supported to do that what we love in order to have the most amount of happiness, joy, and also fulfillment. So this particular full moon is going to be awakening the energy of change and transformation, and with that sun energy there's going to be that focus on doing what it is that we desire, what gives us the most amount of happiness, joy, prosperity, passion, the things that we feel most inspired to do. So this is absolutely beautiful. I'm really excited for this full moon. I hope that this has been helpful. I hope that this has resonated, and I will speak to you all again very soon. Happy full moon in Aquarius. Bye.